Boys and girls, how are you children? I hope everyone are safe and healthy at home. Today, last class, when we were in our school, we were discussing about the haloalkanes and haloarenes. Now, here today I am going to teach you the new topic, alcohols, phenols and ethers. These are also called as hydroxyl compounds. Hydroxyl in the sense, the functional group OH is connected to alcohols and phenols. That is, when saturated hydrocarbons, they are interlinked with a functional group OH, they result with alcohols. And when a benzene or aryl group is connected to this OH group, then they result in phenols. And the third organic compound which we are dealing with here are ethers. You know about ethers. Like coming again, alcohols, we represent alcohols as ROH, and phenols, you know, AROH. And coming to the ethers, ethers are represented as generally ROR. Of course, there are symmetrical ethers, similar ethers and dissimilar ethers. So today we are going to learn about the preparation techniques of alcohols and phenols in this class. Coming to alcohols, here are especially 4 types of preparation techniques. The first method is hydration of alkenes with the help of sulfuric acid or any other mineral acid, which follows Markovnikov rule. You know about Markovnikov rule. Now, the second preparation technique is hydroboration oxidation reaction, where we'll be using a raw material diborane. You know about diborane. Diborane is B2H6. And the third preparation technique is like a reduction of carbonyl compounds. And the fourth and the last technique of alcohols is with Grignard reagent. So you know how we'll be learning. We'll be making a flow chart like this, right? The 4 types of preparation techniques. The first one is hydration of alkenes. That is unsaturated hydrocarbons which are having a double bond in between. And the second one is like hydroboration oxidation. Here in this case, in the second case, we'll be taking oxidizing agent like sodium hydroxide or hydrogen peroxide. And of course the raw material is diborane. And the third technique is reduction of carbonyl compounds. And the fourth one is like with Grignard reagents. You know about Grignard reagents? Grignard reagents are the organometallic halides. So coming to the first one, you know about alkenes. Alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons with a double bond, and they undergo hydration, addition of water in the presence of any mineral acid. Then hydroboration oxidation, in this case the raw material is B2H6, that is diborane. And then reduction of carbonyl compounds. We have different types of carbonyl compounds again. The first carbonyl compound we talk about is HCHO, that is aldehydes. And then you have ketones, and you have acids, C double bond O, single bond OH. And you also have esters like this. So from aldehydes, from ketones, from carboxylic acids and from esters, we can make alcohols by using certain particular reducing agents, namely lithium aluminium hydride, sodium boron hydride, as well as nickel or palladium catalyst with hydrogen, occluded hydrogen. So these are the reducing agents which are used in converting aldehydes, ketones, acids as well as esters into alcohols. And the last one is with Grignard reagent. You know about Grignard reagent? Grignard reagents are organometallic halides. Like you can see here alkyl magnesium halide item. These are Grignard reagents, and these Grignard reagent can convert a lower aldehyde like HCHO or a higher aldehyde like RCHO or a ketone RC-OR into different types of alcohols. Like when a lower aldehyde is taken, you will be getting a primary alcohol, 1 degree alcohol. And if you take a higher aldehyde, you will be getting a 2 degree alcohol. And if you take a ketone, you will be getting a tertiary 3 degree alcohol. So this is a small flow chart which is representing the different techniques or preparations of alcohols. In detail, we'll go with each and every technique. Aptana? The first method of preparation of alcohols involve hydration of alkenes. Alkenes, unsaturated hydrocarbons, they add water molecule in the presence of any mineral acids to form alcohols. But these alcohols are a 2-degree alcohols. You cannot get 1-degree alcohol. Anyway, today I'm going to teach you the mechanism of hydration of alkenes. Here, this mechanism involves mainly 4 steps. The first step is the formation of hydronium ion. The second step is the formation of carbocation. The third step is the carbocation coming in contact with a nucleophile water. The third step is the protonated alcohol, and the fourth step is deprotonation of alcohol. So here you will be going with the NCERT, I'll be informing you what to read and which to be looking into the textbook. But first of all, here I am going to teach you the mechanism, these steps. You please carefully look into that. The first step, as I told, the formation of hydronium ion. You know the water molecule. Water molecule here, oxygen has 2 lone pairs of electrons. And these 2 lone pairs of electrons here you have to represent on either side of the oxygen. And this H2O comes in contact with the H plus that is released by mineral acid. Now you know the formation of hydronium ion. Here the lone pair, here you can see, put the arrow mark in such a way, the displacement of lone pair of electrons towards the electrophile. Hydronium ion is formed. Here, this H plus takes in contact, or it takes the pair of electron and it forms a bond, and here H3O molecule is formed. But the loss of one lone pair of electron, it is resulting a positive charge on the oxygen. This is called hydronium ion, H3O plus. This is the first step. Now, the second step is we are taking the raw material. The raw material is alkene. I am taking ethene. Ethene is CH2 double bond CH2. This is ethene. This ethene molecule or unsaturated hydrocarbon alkene comes in contact with the hydronium ion like this. You have to represent the whole structure of hydronium ion along with the lone pair of electrons and the positive charge. Now this hydronium ion is an electrophile, and here this ethene is having a double bond, a more number of electrons. Now what is happening here? Because oxygen has got a positive charge, here one of the bond is broken and it is supplying a lone pair of electrons here, resulting in a H plus electrophile and a H2O molecule like this. I hope everyone understood. And then this H plus electrophile comes in contact with the pi bond that is present in the ethene. So here you can see like this, in such a way that this pi bond is used by the hydrogen and it interlinks with either of this carbon and forms CH3. Here you can see the circled hydrogen is the H plus, which is internally using the lone pair, or not the lone pair, the pi bond, and it is forming a bond with the carbon. It results with in like this. But here in this case, this carbon is left with 3 bonds resulting in a positive charge. And this is called a carbocation. What is this? This is a carbocation. Of course, we call this as an ethyl carbocation. Now, coming to the third step, this ethyl carbocation, CH3, CH2, where we have to arrange a positive charge here, this comes in contact with the water molecule, which acts as a nucleophile now, because oxygen is having 2 lone pairs of electron. And due to this carbocation comes in contact with the lone pair of electrons like this. And now what is formed? A protonated alcohol is formed. You can see CH3, CH2, and this lone pair is used, and this lone pair has been changed into a bond pair, and it is now having O and H. But oxygen has lost its 1 lone pair of electron, with left with only 1 lone pair of electron. So this is obtained with a positive charge. We call this as a protonated alcohol. So what is the name of this? Protonated alcohol. And the last step, the fourth step, is deprotonation. Let us take the protonated alcohol CH3, CH like this. Now what is happening? Because oxygen has got a positive charge, the adjacent bond is broken and the bond is again, it is converted, it is changed into a lone pair, resulting in CH3, CH2, OH. Now this alcohol has got its two lone pairs of electrons and oxygen, and what is left here? H plus. The H plus comes out. So we call this as deprotonation. So the first step is the formation of hydronium ion. The second step is ethene, which is converted into a carbocation, formation of carbocation. The third step is like protonated alcohol is resulted because the carbocation comes in contact with a nucleophile, namely water. And the last step is deprotonation, where this H plus is removed. The H plus, which is here involved in hydration with the help of that mineral acid, has been changed. But now here, this is, what is the name of this? This is ethanol. So you can convert ethene unsaturated hydrocarbon into ethanol.